Welcome to Step Into the Arena, redefining equine-assisted coaching. We're Diana Gogan and Janice Story, coaches, horsewomen, and founders of a comprehensive equine-assisted coach training program rooted in personal transformation and authentic horse-human partnership. Join us in conversations about what it truly means to coach with horses as equal partners and co-facilitators. We explore the heart, soul, and foundations of equine-assisted coaching and what it takes to become a coach who changes lives. If you're curious about becoming an equine-assisted coach, you're in the right arena. For those of you who are interested in becoming an equine-assisted coach, we know there are a variety of programs that you can choose out there. So today we want to spend a little time talking about why you would want to choose the Freedom Way. So let's break it down into what really sets our certification apart.
Absolutely. This isn't just another certification. It's really a transformational experience for both you and your clients.
And I love that you use the word transformation because it is. Let's start with one of the biggest things that sets the Freedom Way apart, and that is our trauma-informed approach. When we created this program, we knew this was going to be one of our essential pillars of the program.
One of the things that Diane and I've really noticed is a lot of people that are seeking out equine assisted coaching sessions have been through a lot of trauma. And it's really important to us that we provide our coaches with the right training so they can hold space in a very compassionate way and in a way that provides safety for people to be able to walk through whatever it is that they're feeling. We train our students in nervous system regulation, somatic awareness, and they really learn how the horse human connection supports that deep healing.
And in addition to that, what we find is that if you have the understanding of how to support somebody who has experienced trauma or who has had deep emotional wounds, it really benefits everybody. It's not just training for those specific types. When you are aware, or what is the popular term is trauma informed, when you're trauma informed, it benefits all types of clients across the board. And it really does make you just a better coach, is the best way to say that. So in addition to the training, we actually go beyond theory. We want to make sure that our coaches really understand why this works, why this is important, and how they can support a client in all various aspects of this. And it really makes a huge difference in the outcome and the comfort and the safety that is woven into a session. We all need that level of safety to move into that next version of who we are.
Mhm. That's why we blend our online training with real in person experience. And one of the highlights of our course is our 6-day retreat right here at the Story Ranch in Arizona. And it's immersive. The students coach actual clients, receiving feedback real time, and they partner with horses every day while they're here. This is where it really clicks. Everything that they've learned online comes together when they come to the retreat.
And I'll just throw out here, every one of our students who says the retreat is their absolutely favorite part of the course. And I would have to say, I love a lot of what we teach in this. Well, not a lot. I love everything that we do within this course. But at the retreat, we see transformation begin to happen from coaches who are really just doing this because they want to do this and they love to do this, and they're not sure, so they're just learning. We see them gain the confidence. We see them catch fire, if you will. That little spark that's been guiding them catches fire. And it's a really beautiful to see this confidence come through. And at the end of that retreat, for them to go, wow, I'm doing this. I am a coach. I am coaching. And they're also, like Janice mentioned, getting real life feedback. So they know the benefits their clients are having already from having a coaching experience with them and the horse.
Mhm.
So let's talk about the horses. One of our core beliefs, and it is such a core foundational piece of our program, is that we believe horses are sentient beings and are equal partners in the coaching process. Not the human above the horse or anything of that nature. We're equals when it comes to this, because we come into this with different abilities, different gifts, and things that just come naturally to us. So, Janice, in your opinion, how does that philosophy or how does that idea shape how we teach?
It really changes everything because horses aren't tools. And we truly partner with them. They're beings and they have a lot of wisdom to offer. We really teach the students how to listen to the horse, how to regulate with them, how
Right.
to, they're truly partnering with them. They're co creating the session. It's really about presence and not performance. It's about
No,
not
no,
having the agendas, right?
and I love that. I about jumped out of my seat when you said that because I really do like that. It's about presence. As
Mhm.
coaches, we're not performing, we're not trying to manipulate the session. It's about being fully present with the client and the horse. And so and so when we see coaches who truly honor that partnership and create that partnership, we teach a concept in the course called the Trilogy of Connection, which takes this work so much deeper and makes it that much more authentic and real. Another one of those things that you'll hear us talk about from day one in this course is that becoming a coach also means becoming more of yourself.
Mhm.
Who you are as a coach has a direct impact on the types of sessions you lead and the results that you help your clients achieve. So, a big part of our course is your own personal growth and development. And we emphasize that throughout the certification course.
We really do. Our students go through some really big shifts.
Mhm.
They start releasing the limiting beliefs that they've had for most of their life. They start trusting their intuition more and really stepping into a stronger sense of self. You can't guide others into trans. You can't guide others through transformation unless you've walked it yourself. That's
Right.
why our program includes coaching, reflection, and feedback at every level there is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's how we learn, right? That's how
Mhm.
we gain our confidence. When we do anything new, it's nice to hear the feedback. Right? It's nice to hear what we're doing really well and what is going really well throughout that. So, you will also receive some words of encouragement throughout the course if there's areas where there is, some different changes that you can make. But you also do get a lot of encouragement and a lot of authentic feedback. We're not just blowing smoke at you to make you feel good about this. We truly are, Janice and I truly do want to help you become the best version of yourself as you can as you go through this course. We're going to flip the conversation here a little bit and talk about business. A lot of people love to learn and to grow, and this is a fantastic and fabulous opportunity to learn more about yourself, to learn about horses, to learn about that connection, and in with the end result of helping and supporting clients. One of the things that we found missing a lot when we were looking to develop our own private practices was support from other coaches, support and trying to figure out how to put a business together. Yeah, all of those different sorts of things. So that is something that, again, we felt was very important to include in this course.
We're actually going to help you build a sustainable practice, how to structure your sessions, what to charge, how to attract clients, really align your business with your mission and your values. You're not going to be left wondering, okay, I've graduated. Now what do I do? You're going to leave with clarity and a plan on what you're going to do going forward and already be in your business.
And in addition to that, there is that ongoing support from from Janice and I, as well as the community of other coaches, which is huge. It's nice to already belong to a family, to have that, to have someone backing you as you move through growing and expanding into your business.
Mhm.
So, talking about community, let's talk about the heart of the program, and that is really the connection. This is what this program is all about, is connection. So, Janice, what are some of the things that we hear all the time from our coaches?
Our coaches actually say it's kind of like coming home. They're coming back to their family. There's so much support, encouragement, and wisdom exchanged among the coaches. That's really part of what makes this journey so meaningful because you're not alone. You're growing alongside people who are just as committed as you are.
We also teach a holistic and intuitive model that works with the mind, body, spirit. And that is something that is very important to not only treat and work with your client as a whole being, but also allowing you to show up as a whole being within that process.
Yeah. People aren't just parts, right? They need whole person support. We teach our coaches how to use energy awareness, different somatic tools, and intuition based methods so they can really guide their clients through emotional processing and real transformation. They teach the clients to embody what it is that they learn. They're not just horses, the session with the horse is really experiential. You're not giving your client instructions to go home and do something, they get to feel it real time and embody it. And that makes a huge difference.
For sure. And one last thing before we go, and this is something that is often skimmed over, I think, in other courses, and that's ethics.
Mhm.
It's something that we don't, I believe, talk about enough in the coaching industry at all, but is very important to us at the Freedom Way, is that we operate from a sound foundation of ethics.
Yeah. We're working with people and horses. So there's a deep responsibility there. We teach ethical horsemanship, clear boundaries, and heart centered leadership. Our coaches are really trained to lead with integrity and presence. They're with their clients all the way.
Those are a few of the things that set the Freedom Way apart. If you'd like to learn more about the program, we absolutely invite you to refer to the website. And if you're really curious and have some questions or just want to feel the connection with somebody, we talked about connection in this video, feel free to reach out to us. Janice or I will get back with you, and we would love to talk with you and have that one-on-one. Thanks for joining us inside the arena. If today's episode sparked something in you, be sure to like and subscribe and watch for upcoming episodes. To learn more about the Freedom Way Equine-Assisted Coach Certification Program, as well as other training and learning opportunities, visit us at freedomwayequinecoaching.com.